Welcome to SoCal Tech Interviews, where we talk with the investors, entrepreneurs, and others in Southern California's high-tech industry. Our interview today is with Saakib, Akbany, and Casey Fitzpatrick, the founders of Freegen Technologies. I'm Ben Kuo, founder and editor of SoCalTech.com.
So hi, my name is Saakib Akbany,
And I'm Casey Fitzpatrick.
and we're the founders of Freegen Technologies. We're developing the Roombas for the ocean, autonomous marine drones that actively track and collect trash in ports, harbors, and bays to save them millions of dollars every single year.
How did you guys come up with that technology?
So we were both students at UC San Diego in the engineering department, and we were really looking at how to make an environmental impact while also having a sustainable business model that really made sense. So we were talking with the Port of San Diego, trying to figure out what problems that they had, and this was a significant pain point that they really consistently felt, and they had no idea how they were going to be addressing the massive amounts of trash coming into our waterways.
Especially with tightening in the regulations, they're gonna have to meet these regulations without facing the consequences.
And talk about how do your drones work? I mean, what does that look like?
Sure.
So they operate in a swarm, so it's a bunch of these drones that kind of go out and they use machine learning in order to actively track trash hotspots and find the trash, and it uses a conveyor belt system which grabs the trash and collects it into a trash compactor for storage. And once they get full, they go back to a centralized hub where they dispose of the trash and are renewably powered.
Yeah, so this is like Wall-E, but for the ocean?
The Roombas
Yeah.
for the ocean
Roomba
is
for
what
the
we go
ocean,
for.
yeah.
For Freegen Technologies, we're making the Roomba for the ocean.
Yeah.
Took that from our taglines.
Where is your product now?
Absolutely. So we're actually developing our first prototype currently. We're working off some grants from the National Science Foundation as well as from some non-diluted funding sources in San Diego. And right now, we're ready to bring this from just that one product to a full-fledged business and a full-fledged manufacturing system. We're trying to figure out our supply chain right now. And that means getting angel investors as well as VCs on board. That's what we're looking for right now.
There's a challenge with the ocean, right? It's very corrosive, it's really pure water. How do you handle that with your drone?
Absolutely.
So what we plan to do is tackling at the source. So a lot of types of solutions that are trying to aim it towards the ocean, various levels of success. But what we want to do is tackle it where it actually is coming from. And so what we want to do is team up with the lakes, ports, harbors, and that's kind of where we want to collect it, where it's coming.
And before it really makes its way out into the open oceans and onto our plates. Right? With the food that we end up eating, we're eating all of the plastic that we put out into these waterways.
Yeah.
As far as the technical challenges, like you were describing with the corrosiveness, kind of the instability, we're using specific materials like 316 stainless steel that's specifically corrosion resistant, meant for boats, for marine applications, and all of the other applications that we're using are specifically meant to be waterproof, specifically meant for the purposes that we're using them for.
Now, do you run into any issues with navigation hazards and all that with having drones wandering around in the oceans? Or how do you handle that?
So
You go.
okay. So we're specifically working in the ports, harbors, and bays, right, where one traffic is, we're working in the ports, harbors, and bays, and specifically kind of near shore in what are known as no wake zones, where there really is no substantial marine traffic. And that's actually, fortunately, that's where the trash tends to collect anyways, out near the shores and out near the edges of these closed waterways.
So, what's the next step for your company?
I'm also going to add something into the last one. We're also using full autonomous systems with combinations of cameras as well as IR sensors, LiDAR, and we're actually using APIs from live ship tracker feeds as kind of triple and quadruple redundancies to make sure that really, even in the slight chance that there is some interaction with other boats, our computer vision and our machine learning should be able to allow our boats to navigate away from that.
So, what is the next step for your company?
Next steps moving forward really look like finalizing this prototype, as well as working with our partners at the Port of San Diego in a planned funded pilot project, working with them, and that would really allow us to not only have the funding that we need to develop this product, but also expand out from just San Diego to the 951 seaports around the world, as well as the hundreds of thousands of lakes that are also facing the same problem. That looks like raising seed funding. That looks like really connecting with other ports and other people who are facing the same issue.
I know you guys are brand new into this, but what is the biggest lesson you've learned so far as an entrepreneur?
It's a big question.
That is a big question. Learned a lot.
To not get discouraged, really. So like starting like with a lot of these competitions, not doing so well, but getting the interest and just like growing from that interest and growing from all the tips and meeting all these new people and eventually starting to see the success come in. And we're starting to win some of these competitions, meet some of the people, get some of the interest. And so, yeah, just like persevering. That's definitely been a big one for me.
And learning from every single experience that we have, either good or bad, allows us to really bring it to the next step with, okay, that is something we should follow. That is something we shouldn't follow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, thanks a lot. I'm going to save this.